By the way, man, where are you from?
Oh, Korea.
North or south?
Take a wild guess.
Touche. Oh, hey guys, welcome back to the Vultiverse. Today we're gonna do a quick demist of 5 words on our XR list. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Now, the first word on our list is going to be motion of photon latency. So, what is it? Essentially, motion of the photon latency is just the amount of time it takes for your movement in the physical world to be translated to movement in the digital world. Just the amount of time it takes for your movement to be put onto the screen. The importance for this in XR is that the latency has to be extremely low, less than 20 milliseconds or less. If it's greater than this, you're going to notice the delay. And if you notice the delay, you're going to feel nausea and motion sickness is going to occur. And that's going to take away from the experience, and nobody wants that. So that's motion to photon latency. Next is interpupillary distance. Now, all interpupillary distance is the distance between the pupils of your eyes in millimeters. The XR importance of this is really intuitive. No one wants to navigate the world blurry. It's the whole reason glasses were invented. So for this reason, it's important that XR headsets have adjustable IPD, where you can adjust the IPD of the VR headset to match the IPD of your eyes. Doing so will ensure that you have a crystal clear vision and you can see high quality what you're seeing. And right now it's manual. I can see it becoming automatic in the future, but for now you have like a little slider thing in order to adjust your IPD. Next up is edge computing. Edge computing builds off cloud computing in that it takes the data processing traditionally done in the cloud back towards the actual device that is producing that data. Essentially how computing was done in the earlier days. The benefit of this is that the latency in the processing is extremely low when it's closer to the actual device. And that's going to be really important for XR. See, the importance of this, well, XR is going to kind of work in the reverse, as currently most XR headsets do the processing in-house. There is no processing done in the cloud. What we're going to see in the future is that we're going to start offloading some of these processing to the cloud. So the only things that are going to remain on the headset are going to be things that require low latency. So the motion to photon tracking, head positioning, hand movement, eye tracking, all these things that require low latency, those things are going to remain on the headset. The things that are going to be put onto the cloud are going to be things like, game processing and graphics processing, things like that. Those things are going to be put into the cloud. And we're already starting to see a trend towards this in the industry. With the Oculus Quest, we have a self-contained VR headset. With the Oculus Link, though, it offloads some of that computing power to your computer so that you can handle more powerful games and graphics and things like that. We're going to see a trend towards this. In the AR industry, we have the Nreal Lite, which is also a self-contained AR headset, but it offloads its processing power to the actual phone, not on the headset itself. Doing this allows the headset to become more light, which is what we need in order for VR and AR to become more mainstream, and in order for them to be worn for longer periods of time. Now, object recognition is pretty intuitive. All it is when a system understands what it's looking at, the object that it's looking at. The XR importance of this is only going to apply mostly to AR and MR devices, as they are tethered to the physical world, and object recognition is going to be tethered to the physical world as well. VR devices aren't tethered to the physical world. So what it's going to allow AR and MR devices to do is it's just going to allow them to understand the objects around them. It's essentially, QR codes on steroids. With object recognition, if you see an object, it'll be able to deploy content on top of that object, or it could use that object as a starting point to launch an experience. Kind of like Snapchat and Instagram filters. Your face is being recognized and it's deploying these filters on top of your face. In the future, we could see things like, name recognition. Your AR and MR devices could recognize your face and then deploy, hey, this person is this person's name. So you'll never forget another person's name in the future if it goes this way. Lastly, we have anchoring. Anchoring is pretty simple. All it is the method of tethering where your virtual objects are going to exist in the real world. For example, if you tethered a virtual object onto a playing card, the content is only going to exist on that playing card. If you rotate the playing card, the virtual content on it will also rotate. If you take the playing card out of view, the virtual content will also go out of view and disappear. That's all anchoring is. It's just the tethering of the virtual world to the physical world. Alright guys, that's it for the list. I hope I demysted a couple of things for you if you didn't already know them. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.